Victory for the rule of law. That's how City of Cape Town Executive Mayor Geordin Hill-Lewis reacted to the news that the Western Cape High Court has interdicted the EFF in Cape Town from stopping people from going to work on Monday. The party has been barred from any form of threat to businesses that choose to open. The Cape Town Mayor joins us now for a discussion on this court ruling. Mayor, thank you so much for making time for us. What does this ruling mean for that protest by the EFF on Monday?
Let me first apologize for my informality. I'm busy driving when you called for the interview, so I've just pulled over. It's a good decision. We're very pleased with the High Court's decision. It's a victory for the rule of law. It means that peaceful protest can go ahead, the march can go ahead, but the EFF may not engage in any public violence. They may not intimidate people, employees, commuters, businesses who do not wish to participate, and they may not obviously engage in any looting. So the court found in our favor. The court found lots of evidence that the EFF has in fact threatened these things, and ruled as to costs against the EFF as well.
Okay, and then in terms of what may happen then, what do you understand to be the possible consequences should some of the protesters from the EFF somehow intimidate people who don't want to take part in that protest on Monday? I imagine then that would be in violation of the court order.
Yeah, exactly. They would be in contempt of the court order. They would be breaking the law for the violence. They would be breaking the law for contempt. And so they would be subject to arrest. And also they would be setting themselves up for civil claims against themselves, and the city will not hesitate to institute civil claims against the EFF if there is any violence or damage to property.
Is it not going to be difficult, Mayor, to link the EFF to possible damage to property or possible intimidation, especially because the leaders themselves of the EFF came out this week and said we do not encourage violence. Anyone who is going to damage property, who's going to be looting shops or intimidating other people, doesn't do so on the instruction of the EFF. So how easy or difficult is it going to be to link whoever would be perpetrating such behavior, should that be the case, to this political party?
Well, despite what they have said, their promises are empty. They ring hollow, because there have been videos, social media videos, even videos from official EFF accounts and EFF leadership figures saying and doing exactly the opposite, going and intimidating businesses to close on Monday in particular. So we think part of the purpose of this interdict was to make that link clear and to make the EFF organizers clearly responsible for ensuring that there is no violence under their planned protest on Monday.
Do you know, as the Western Cape, where the specific areas are where this protest will be taking place? Because it appears there's no clarity on which areas have been identified as gathering zones for people who may want to take part. What information do you have?
In Cape Town, the only application that the EFF made was for in front of Parliament. So that's, they did make application for that, despite saying nationally that they would not make any applications. They did in fact do so. And that's the only one that we're aware of. But we suspect, and we have indications from various EFF structures on the ground, that the protest will be more widespread than that. But we will be ready to enforce this interdict.
And just to be clear, this order only applies to the Western Cape?
Only, in fact, to the city of Cape Town.
Only to the city of Cape Town. What do you think the court order that was granted communicates about, the approach that the judges took, and perhaps even how they assessed the reaction or the evidence they looked at coming from the EFF?
Yeah, I mean, we put forward a lot of social media evidence, a lot of statements, a lot of videos sent to us by business owners for example, in Adderley Street at the Golden Acre and in Athlone and other places where EFF members in T-shirts, in uniform, had come and rocked up and intimidated those businesses. And the EFF in court today was not able to disprove or offer any kind of explanation that is reasonable for any of that evidence. And so I think they wasted the court's time trying to even oppose this, and they should have simply apologized for those incidents and taken action against those members. Instead, they tried to defend the indefensible, and so they got a cost order against them.
All right, Geordin Hill-Lewis, the City of Cape Town Mayor, thank you so much.